Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday. I wanted to do a Tag Tuesday video, and we're doing the Reading Ticks tag by Kevin Towle Reads. So thank you, Kevin, for creating this tag. Number one, do you read at a specific time of day? Generally, I'm reading at night. Usually my reading kind of revolves around bedtime, so before bedtime I'll start around 10 p.m. usually. Then at midnight, I get ready for bed, and then from midnight to about 2 a.m., I will also read. Generally those times. I am kind of a night owl. And that's usually it. Sometimes during the day, I will read a little bit if I take just a quick break from work during like a lunch break or whatever. Number two, do you prefer to read in your work everyday clothes, or are you partial to reading in PJs or comfy clothes? I will say generally, if I'm reading at night, I'm kind of switched to my PJs or comfortable clothes, like I said, around 10 p.m. Number three, what is your favorite reading spot? Couch, chair, bed, outdoors, or somewhere else? Kind of pre-bedtime reading I like to do on my couch, and then, of course, bedtime reading I like to lay in bed. I will say majority of my reading's probably in bed. Sometimes I'll hit the bed a little bit earlier. Number four, do you snack while reading, or is this a no-go? I won't say that it is a no-go, but very rarely do I snack while I read. If I want to have a snack, usually I'll just take a break from reading, which I often do. I'll have just a little snack kind of after dinner. I'll stop reading usually. Number five, do you or have you ever peeked at the end of a book, or do you avoid spoilers at all cost? I will say I avoid spoilers. I do, however, I have this weird game that I play sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I pick up a book, I'll kind of flip, not towards the very end, but like somewhere around the last quarter or maybe halfway through the book. And I like to just pick not even a full sentence, like just half of a sentence completely out of context. And I like to see if I will remember that sentence when I get to it while reading the book. And I will say I don't think I ever remember getting to the sentence. But anyway, it's every once in a while I will see the sentence and I'll go, oh, okay, that was the context. So I do avoid spoilers, but sometimes I will peek somewhere in the book. Number six, do you prefer first-person or third-person narrative, or do you care? I will say I think I prefer third-person narrative. Number seven, do you read dedications, author's notes, acknowledgements, or do you skip those? I do read dedications, but for author's notes and acknowledgements, it depends. Usually I will kind of skim them. Maybe I won't read all of it. But if it's author notes, usually I'll read author's notes. Acknowledgements, I'll just generally skim. Sometimes maybe skip the second half. Number eight, do you have a favorite reading beverage? Generally, if it's anything, it will be water. Sometimes I like to drink sparkling water too sometimes. Occasionally I will do a mug of tea before bed, and then every once in a while, if I've had a really good day, I'll have a glass of whiskey. But most of the time, it's going to be water. Oh, I will say, if I haven't mentioned this, on the weekends, sometimes I will read in the morning. I'll wake up and then go to the couch and read, and I will drink coffee during that. But for my weekly reading at night, no, usually just water. Number nine, how do you decide what to read next? TBR, mood, goals, or random choice? It's kind of a mix between a TBR, mood, and goals. Mood probably being the main factor, or the main deciding factor. I will say when I'm reading a book, about 9 times out of 10, I kind of have the next book ready to go, and I know what my next book is going to be. But beyond that, I have a very loose TBR that is heavily affected by my mood. And then I have just basic goals like, if there's a booktube event like Book Trek, my goal will be, okay, read at least one Star Trek book. This year, or I guess recently, I had a goal of reading Lord of the Rings and Silmarillion kind of around Christmas time and getting back into fantasy, and I did that. So my goals are very loose. They're nothing too big or epic. But yes, mostly mood with a very loose TBR. Number 10, tag some others. I will say, if you're watching this, consider yourself tagged. Go ahead and make a video. Let me know if you make a video. And if you don't make booktube videos, feel free to put your 10, or your 9, I guess, your 9 answers to these questions in the comments. But that's all for now. Thanks.